All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. I am back again after Bellator 284. I believe it was Bellator 284. For some reason, my audio changed. Good thing I went and checked it because it was not right, and now it should be right. So, luckily, I went and checked that because for some reason, StreamYard keeps changing my audio source. But I just finished up my Bellator stream. I went and used the bathroom, grabbed another water. Oh, and now I just hit my whole microphone with my hand. Hopefully, I didn't break it. But here we are, back for another live stream. What's going on, Iceman? Wait, what? You're going live again? What? What's up, Antoine? Joey, how was your day? It was good. And yes, I am ready for the fights. Same to you. I hope your day was well, and I hope you are ready for the fights. The highlight is going around of the Bellator. Yeah, I'm just back. Look, I'm tired. I was gonna go in my room and go lay down, go to sleep, or try to go to sleep. But what was gonna happen is I was gonna lay in my bed for 3-4 hours until about 2-3 a.m. and then finally fall asleep. So I said, you know what? Why don't I just sit on here for another hour and talk to you guys? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? We'll talk UFC San Diego predictions. Marlon Vera, the guy who caused Sean O'Malley to be stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury, versus the commentator Dominick Cruz, is the main event. Outside of that, not super excited for the card, but we'll go over the card. I got to look through my Tapology predictions, so we'll do a full card prediction on this one. And I might change some of my picks. So Cole is asking, Bruno Silva percentage of winning. I'm like 65, 70% on Bruno Silva. I'm pretty confident in it. What does your fiance think about you doing YouTube now versus when you first started? Believe it or not, she's a big MMA fan too. And we watch all the fights together usually before I started the channel. But it's funny. I almost took a picture the other day when I went. I think it was the Thiago Santos card from last Saturday. She watches the live streams and watches the fights. So she's actually a moderator for me. So she pretty much watches every live stream that I do. But she'll watch the fight watch-alongs while she's watching the fights herself too. So, but she thinks it's pretty cool. She thinks it's cool that I've been able to start a channel up. She knows we've been together forever, and she knows since 2013, 2014, I've always wanted to do it, and now I finally have done it. I started it, and that's all that matters. That was the dumbest notification I ever got, but okay. So it's pretty interesting. But the reason I almost took a picture is because the other day, I walked in the bedroom to go to the bathroom. I actually have a bathroom right here, but sometimes I'll just go to my own bathroom. I don't use this bathroom too much. And she was in there laying in bed. She had fallen asleep and had the iPad up with my stream on it, and then the fights on the TV. So it was hilarious. I was going to take a picture and send it in the Discord, but then I was like, she's going to be like, what the hell? Why are you sending my picture online? I think it'd be hilarious to get her on stream. She knows a good bit about MMA as well. She's not as a hardcore fan as I am, but she watches every event, with me or, without me, and knows quite a bit. But it's too hard talking on camera. Like she could never. I mean, it was awkward. It's still awkward for me. I feel weird being on here right now. But some people just can't do it. And if you ever try to do it, I wish you the best of luck, but it is mad weird. All right. Let's see. Most confident pick tomorrow. We'll get to that in a second, Cole. Ask me that in a second. What a homie. I know it might not mean much, but I just want to thank you for the endless content you give me and us. You have taken my knowledge of the sport to bigger heights and give lots of respect to you. Thank you, Tyler. It does mean a lot, man. It means a lot. Hearing stuff like that, it really does mean a lot. I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to share any knowledge that I have. And I appreciate you just watching, man. I try to give you guys intelligent takes. I try to articulate my opinion in an easy to understand way. And I just do the best I can. I try to keep improving, because one thing I feel like that everyone can improve on is accurately and easily explaining their position, regardless of what we're talking about, regardless of what your opinion is on MMA or anything. It's really hard, especially when you get into these elaborate things, fights or this situation with the UFC and that situation. It's really hard to try to explain what you're thinking and what you mean and try to get it out in a way that's easily digestible, and then on top of that, make it 10 to 15 minutes long. It's harder than you would think. And one of my goals when starting this channel is, I feel like there's so many people that talk around things and talk in circles, and it's kind of confusing, and they gloss over certain things, and you're like, well, wait a second. If I wasn't watching back in 2017, I don't necessarily understand what you're saying there. And I want to be a channel that anybody can watch. If you're the biggest hardcore fan there ever is, you can watch the channel. If you're the biggest casual just getting into the sport, you can watch the channel as well, because that's another thing. And we've talked about this countless times on countless streams. The MMA community is a closed off community. Everyone's like, oh, we don't want these casuals, this and that. I have no problem. There's so many people who have told me they've watched the channel who just became a fan. And I don't know why we have to have the mindset of, I liked it first, no one else can like it. I hate that mindset in general. So I appreciate you watching it. I appreciate you. I appreciate the compliment in general. Just me helping you expand your knowledge is the greatest compliment you could give me. Kind of random, but why does Dana have a beef with Tito? The whole situation was, he was a manager for Tito and Chuck Liddell at one point in time. And I believe it stems from that, because then Tito and Chuck were supposed to fight and eventually did fight. And Dana's in the middle because he's the manager for both guys. And also Tito's, bullheaded and stupid, and Dana's bullheaded, you know what I mean? So they kind of clashed a little bit. I don't know the exact origin, but from my understanding, basically it was him managing Chuck and Tito simultaneously while they were on a collision course. So that's the origin. What are the chances the UFC re-signs Nate Diaz? I think it's possible. I would say 15%. Damn, Gracie got finished. Yes, he did. Would blowing up quickly 100K to 500K in the next several months, do you think would help or hurt your camera confidence at first? I think it would make me feel weird as hell. I don't know if it would do either, to be honest. I don't think it would hurt or help. But for live streams, if I had thousands, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people watching live, I would feel weird as hell. And I think it would throw me off trying to read the chat, is what it would do. But can you imagine if I get this channel, I don't care how long it takes. If I get it to 100K and I got a plaque that I can hang on a wall, I don't, it might take 5 years. It might take 10 years. I don't even know. I'll literally flip out, because I've told you guys a million times, to the point I almost get tired of saying it. I cannot believe that we're at, 4,500 subscribers right now. 4,500. We're almost at 4,500. We're creeping there quick. So I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine that, let alone 100K. I mean, that'd be insanity. Who would win these matches? Hooker versus Ferguson. Demir versus Gregor Gillespie. Demir. RDA versus Sarukian. Li Jingliang versus Vicente Luque. I'll go Vicente Luque. Quick explanations. I think Vicente Luque is a little bit more technical striker. But Li Jingliang, I mean, Vicente Luque just doesn't look great recently. So I don't know. That would be a question mark. RDA is just getting old, and Sarukian has great grappling and great striking. I could see RDA winning that, but I just got to go with the younger guy in Sarukian. Demir versus Gregor Gillespie. Gregor Gillespie super inactive, and all he is stamina and wrestling, and he's not going to be able to. I don't think he's going to be able to dominate Demir in the grappling aspect. It's just not happening. Ferguson versus Hooker. I still think Ferguson's a good fighter. Do you agree with Volk being the backup for 280? No, I do not. And that's actually a potential another video that I might do. I got a few video ideas, but I got the UFC 278 prediction. Believe it or not, I have so many video ideas that sometimes I just don't have time to do all the videos that I want to do. But no, I do not. I don't want Volk to be the backup. Maybe I'll make that video tomorrow before the fights. I'll try to if I have time. My main goal was to get all my friends in MMA for a while, and it's a hard yeah, it's not going to happen, dude. It's impossible. By the way, guys, I meant to ask this in the beginning, but do me a favor. If you haven't already, can you run up the likes on the stream? Can you like the stream? I would greatly appreciate it. I do these streams to hang out with you guys, but if you like it, it helps push it out to more people. And Dabrowski got Chick-fil-A today, so let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Dabrowski posting pictures of his new home. I'm coming over, man. Am I allowed to come over, Dabrowski? Can I come over for 278 or no? I want to know if I'm invited. Let me know in the chat. Are you more hyped for UFC 280 or 281? Is that even a question, Antoine? Shame on you for even thinking that's a question. Have you seen 280, bro? Have you seen 280? We only know roughly 2 fights that are on 281. Now, don't get me wrong, MSG card is going to be a good card. UFC is going to stack it. But 280, like I would probably, I mean, 280, I'm trying to think of a price that I'd be willing to pay and say, damn, that's a fair price. 280 is probably worth, I'd pay $280 for UFC 280. Let me put it that way. And I would think it was a fair deal. What are the top 5 best MMA promotions in your opinion? I really don't know. It's UFC, and then everything else is fighting for second place, in my opinion. I know it's a terrible card, but of all the fights on 279, do you agree with Johnny Walker fight being co-main? I think it probably will be. And that's not even a prelim headliner. It's atrocious. Could you imagine Dana managing 2 top guys today? I know. Imagine he's managing Oliveira and Islam. I haven't seen too much of him, but what I have seen, the dude looks corny. So UFC New York will most likely be Jones versus Stipe with Glover versus Yuri as co-main. No. UFC New York is Adesanya versus Pereira. The December card is in Las Vegas, which is UFC 282, and it might be Jones Stipe co-main Glover versus Yuri, or Jones and Ngannou. If Jones Stipe isn't going to happen till December, I don't even want it anymore. Wait till February and do Jones and Ngannou. Wait another 2 months. That's another video idea. I have so many video ideas. Matter of fact, let me just email all these to myself right now. Okay. Jones versus Stipe and Ngannou situation. What was the other video I wanted to Volk back up. UFC 279 is a shit stain. Obviously UFC 278 predictions. I'll just put it on my list anyway. I'll just leave my list up for now because there's a bunch of videos that I want to do. The Volk backup discussion, the Stipe Jones and Ngannou discussion, UFC 279, and just in general discussion. There's a bunch of stuff to do. Did you like the hype and build up for Jorge Colby? No, I didn't. I thought it was a shit card, and I thought it had no business being a main event. Hooker decisions, Tony? No, he doesn't. Shame on you. Wait, I thought you said you ended the stream. I did end the stream, and then I returned. I returned from the dead. Modowski fight or not have, is it? I don't know what you're saying. How wild is Stipe versus Gane end? How wild? I don't know what you're saying there. What do you like about MMA as a whole? Unpredictability. For sure, Joey, the whole gang is allowed. Imagine the whole Discord just rolls up and stays the night. Imagine. Dude, you would literally shit yourself. Imagine you got a knock on the door right now and it was me. You would literally shit yourself. You're like, how the hell did you even find out where I lived? Joey, could Volk beat Islam? It's very possible. It was very possible. Zalal versus Blackshear. I'm probably going to go with Zalal. We'll go over the predictions here in a minute. When I catch up with the chat, I'll jump over to Tapology and talk about the fights. Yeah, we all put on our Venom PJs and have a little sleepover. We can make some s'mores on the campfire in our Venom gear. Who are your top 10 GOATs in MMA? Mine is GSP, Jones, Mighty Mouse, Anderson, Aldo, Habib, Fedor, Usman, Noon, Stipe. Top 10, I'm not sure, but in no particular order, Jones, GSP, Anderson, Mighty Mouse, Aldo, Habib. Yeah, all those guys in no particular order. And there's probably Stipe as well. Do you think you have better hands than Pena? I mean, who doesn't? I don't know anyone that doesn't have better striking than Juliana Pena. I'm in Las Vegas. Sorry, Joey, I'm tired. No big deal. What card is more stacked, 276 or 280? 280. What do you think about Ilia Toporia's next fight? I like it against Edson Barboza. It's a great fight. Yep. Apparently, Strickland Cannonier is going to happen. I got Jared easily. I'm picking Jared as well. I was going to make a video on that. I just didn't have time, so I'm not going to make it now. Any fight this year that you recently went back and rewatched because it was crazy? No, I have not. I've been too busy watching fights for predictions. So I have no free time. Literally none, Mario. I know it might seem like I'm having free time right now, but I have no free time. My bad. I meant, how would Stipe versus Gane end? Probably Stipe out grappling him and winning a decision. Venom Gear sleepover. When did I ever go against Topuria? I don't remember going against Topuria. If Masvidal somehow cut back to 155, could he beat anyone in the top 10? It's possible, but it's hard to say without knowing how the weight cut would affect him. I don't know how the weight cut would affect him. You know what I mean? That's what I don't know. What Bellator champ does the best in the UFC? I'd say Patricio Pitbull. I go Patricio Pitbull. I always mix up the Pitbull names, so whichever one's the 145-pound champ, which I believe is Patricio. Will Giga Chikadze come back after that? Yeah, he's got a fight against Sadiq Youssef coming up next month, maybe. If Cruz wins by decision, will he get dropped while doing it? Has to. Definitely gets dropped at least once. Do you think Esparza versus Whaley can be added to 280? That's what I was thinking. Yes. Does Connor versus Jorge end in round 1? I'll say no. How good would Gochi Yamaguchi do in the UFC? He probably... What division? Is that welterweight? I can't even remember what division that is. I'm going to have to go look that up. I think it's welterweight, isn't it? Yeah, it's welterweight. He would get out grappled, probably. He might be like 15th. I think he'd have a little bit of success. He'd have mixed success is the best way to put it. Let's see. Last 90. Now my eyes itching. Can Masvidal beat anyone in the top 15 at welterweight? Probably not. Maybe Michael Chiesa. Maybe Vicente. Probably Vicente Luque at this point. I honestly think Charles is the most exciting fighter we've had in a while. There's no way you can tell how his fights are going to go. Who expected him to sub Gaethje in round 1? I think I might have picked him round 1 sub. Or it might have been round 2. Who's your favorite and least favorite pay-per-view card of 2021? Favorite card was probably 268. Least favorite, UFC 269, maybe? That's not even in. No, that's in the year 269. I'm dumb. I just said 268. I meant 259. Was a good one as well, right? That was in 2021. 258. UFC 258 was the one I was thinking of. Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns. Terrible, 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 terrible card. on paper and in real life. Thug Rose versus Valentina. Who do you got? Valentina, without a doubt. I have no idea. Who wins in a boxing match out of these three? Askren, Pena, or Yaya? I'll say Pena. I'll say Yaya. Hey, Joey, just got on set. Set for what? Hope all is well for you. When will they announce Whaley versus Esparza? Soon, I'm hoping. It's got to happen before the end of the year. Why are people talking about possible fight between Thug Rose and Valentina? Valentina will literally kill her. I don't want to see that. I agree. I think Rose mentioned it in an interview. I think that's what happened. Rose mentioned it in an interview. And that's the situation. That's the situation, my friend. Hold on one second here. Okay, there we go. Is Patty a true talent or a cash cow for the UFC? Cash cow. Low key want Leon to win. I don't really care who wins. I'm having a hard time picking the fight. I'm having a hard time picking that fight, to be quite honest. If Masvidal missed a flying knee against Askren, do you see the result changing? No. I think Askren's striking is so bad, and he's not submitting Masvidal. So Masvidal would have had 3 rounds to KO him, and I think he would eventually KO'd him. Who wins a wrestling match between Covington and Askren? I have no idea. I'll say Askren. Will Jon Jones get booed when he comes back or cheered? Probably mixed. Do you think Usman bros are natural? I have no idea. I'm not a PED expert. I don't know them personally. All evidence that people talk about is strictly online speculation. So I really don't know. Valentina versus Santos 2. I want to see it. Book it, book it, book it. I hope not. Joel Alvarez versus Carlos Diego Ferreira should be the next match. Who would you have in this matchup? I'd probably take Carlos Diego Ferreira. I agreed with your Usman Leon video 50-50 shot, honestly. Yeah, it's a tough fight to pick. I leaned Leon originally, but now I'm leaning Usman again. Like I'm like 51-49 Usman right now. I got to go back and watch recent fights, and usually I get clarity there. When I have a tough time picking a fight, I go back and watch some recent matchups. The thing about Leon that's so tricky is he looks so good, but the only decent fighter he's fought recently is Bilal Muhammad. And Bilal Muhammad's nowhere near the level of Usman. If Patty versus Topuria fight, who you pick? Topuria for sure. I like Cruz as a commentator. Yes, 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 yes. Do you think Jones would make easy work of Curtis Blades? No. I think that'd be a tough fight. That could go either way. Curtis Blades is very well-rounded. I think Usman 4th round TKO. That'd be nuts. Imagine Usman just sleeps him on the feet in the first round. Do you ever see Patty cracking top 20? Not deservingly. Maybe just the promotional machine of the UFC somehow. But no. They put him against anybody. I mean, I don't think he's top 30 right now. He should be. At least he shouldn't be. All right, guys. I'm going to go through my predictions for UFC San Diego. I actually got to see if I'm changing my mind on any of my picks. Let's go look at the event. Okay, let's start off with the first prelim. Let's see. Let's edit predictions on Tapology. Let's hopefully I have a decent night. Okay, Yusuf Zalal versus Damon Blackshear. Blackshear's never fought in the UFC. I don't believe I've seen any of his fights. He's 28 years old. He's 5'10", 72.5-inch reach. Zalal, I think, is pretty good, even though he's coming in on a 3-fight losing streak. They're all losses by decision. Zalal's not particularly known to be a finisher. It looks like Blackshear was fighting at bantamweight. Okay, and this is a bantamweight fight. Wasn't Zalal at 45 at one point? Yeah, he was fighting at 45. He lost to Sean Woodson in the last fight, split decision. This is actually a tough fight to pick. He has a little bit of a reach advantage. I am going to go Yusuf Zalal via decision. I think that's a tough fight to pick. Moving up the card, Jason Witt versus Josh Quinlan. I'm probably going to go Josh Quinlan, but dude's been in trouble with PEDs. But he looked really good on the Contender Series, even though it got overturned for some type of PED substance. Uh, um, yeah, I'm going Quinlan. I don't think Jason Witt isn't that great. He got KO'd by Philip Rowe in his last fight. Beat Brian Barberina, which has aged well. Got KO'd by Matt Semmelsberger. Beat Cole Williams. Yeah, when he loses, he gets KO'd. I'm going Quinlan first round KO. I'm sticking with that prediction that I have already locked in. Ode Osborne versus Tyson Nam. That's a tough one. That is a real tough one. He lost. Tyson Nam lost a split decision to Matt Schnell. We've seen where Matt Schnell is skill wise. Beat Jerome Rivera by KO. Won his fight before that by KO. Lost to Kai Kara France by decision. Lost to Sergio Pettis by decision. Has fought good competition. Ode Osborne, I feel like he gets a little bit too much hype. Lost to Brian Kelleher, but that's 3 years ago. Ode Osborne has the reach advantage. Part of me wants to pick Tyson Nam in this one. I want to pick Tyson Nam, but Nam's very durable. I don't know. Has he even ever been finished? Of course, it doesn't let me open that up. 1 second, guys. Has Nam ever been finished? At least not in the UFC, I don't believe, has been finished. Now I got to go to this card. I got to go all the way down here. Let's see. Loss, all decision. Oh, he got finished back in 2013 against Marlon Vera. That's not a bad loss to have. Yeah, so he's only been finished by a prime Marlon Vera. So I don't think Nam's going to get finished. I think Nam could pull off the upset here. Because Tapology is showing him as a moderate underdog. But I'm going to go Ode Osborne by decision. Ode Osborne's not stopping him, I don't think. Gabriel Benitez versus Charlie Ontiveros. I think that's an easy fight to pick. I mean, Gabriel Benitez is on a losing streak, 2-fight losing streak right now against David Onama and Billy Quarantillo. Not bad losses to have. But Benitez, even though he's lost a lot of fights, he's looked decent. He's getting up there in age. He does have a reach disadvantage. But I don't think Charlie Ontiveros is that good. And, you know, he's on a 2-fight losing streak himself. He has no real quality wins in recent years. Yeah, I'm going to go Benitez. Do I want to go first round KO or second round KO? I'm going to go first round KO, Gabriel Benitez. Moving up the card, Nina Nunes versus Cynthia Calvillo. Cynthia Calvillo has the best heart I've ever seen. I'm trolling. She does not. She quit on the stool against Andrea Lee in her last fight. She lost to Jessica Andrade. She lost to Caitlin Jukagian. But look at the level of competition. She beat Jessica I. That's her last win. 2 years ago was her last win. Nina Nunes, I mean, she has the last name of, a champion in women's MMA. But she will never be a champion in women's MMA. And she's not really good. I'm going to go Calvillo by decision. I think Calvillo wins this fight. Or Calvillo, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not on Nina Nunes. She's moving down to flyweight. She used to fight at bantamweight, so maybe she has a size advantage. Maybe she can bully her a little bit. But I doubt it. I'm doubtful. I don't think Nina Nunes is good. I think she's only in the UFC because, she's with Amanda Nunes most likely. Okay, Lucas Brzezinski versus Martin Buday. I have no idea who I'm going with in this one. Michael Petresky coming in off the Contender Series, where he won via rear naked choke. I don't remember that. I watched it definitely, but I don't remember it. So he's making his UFC debut technically. Buday beat Chris Barnett in his last fight. Lorenzo Hood, he came up. So 2 Contender Series guys. 6'4", 6'4", 78, 77. Apparently Buday is a heavy favorite. Let me take a look. Now I got to go to a different tab because I got to look more at their records. I don't remember both of their skill sets too much here, so I got to look, take a little deeper dive real quick. So only loss is to Juan Espino. That's all the way back in 2017 for Buday. 30 years old, probably in the prime of his career or getting to the prime of his career. Man, I don't know who I want in this fight. Dude, neither one of these guys have any good wins. But you look at the guys they're fighting, it looks to me as Boudet has fought a little bit better competition. So I'm going to go Boudet. I'm going to go Boudet in this one, first round KO. I don't know what is the reason specifically I'm picking the first round KO, but that's what I'm going to stick with. Angela Hill versus Lupi Godinez. This is an easy fight to pick. Godinez looks good. I believe she will be a force in the division. And I think, is this at a catch weight? Why is this at a catch? Oh, because they moved up the card. I think Lupi Godinez will be a threat at the strawweight division. She's good everywhere. She's super well-rounded. Angela Hill is just terrible at this point. She's lost 3 in a row. I get it. Some of these are split decisions. She could have won. Her last win is Ashley Yoder. She's 37 years old. I think Lupi Godinez can out-grapple her. I think she can outstrike her. I think she has more power. I could even see Godinez getting a stoppage. I really could. But I'm going to go Godinez by decision. Moving up the card, Gerald Meerschaert versus Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva is criminally underrated, honestly. Criminally underrated. I think Gerald Meerschaert is better than I thought. But I think Bruno Silva is just too good on the feet. He's coming in off a loss to Alex Pereira. Good showing, competitive fight. KO Jordan Wright before that. He was actually getting lit up a little bit in that Jordan Wright fight, but then he came back and won. Win before that was against Andrew Sanchez. That doesn't mean much. Wellington tournament, okay. But you look at Gerald Meerschaert. If he wins, how's he going to win? Maybe by submission. He's got the reach advantage. It's 1-inch height advantage. I think Bruno Silva has too much power and has better striking, but I could see Gerald Meerschaert getting the upset. I'm going to go Bruno Silva, though. I'm going to go Bruno Silva by second round TKO. Ariana Lipski versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Priscilla Cachoeira, I mean, she's poking people in the eye. How does she not get cut? She's not particularly good. Didn't she get bludgeoned to death by Valentina Shevchenko at one point in time? I can't remember. 33 years old. Has the reach disadvantage. They're about the same height. I'm going to go Lipski by decision. I feel like most women's fights end in decision, so I feel like that's always a safe bet. But Cachoeira is just not good anywhere. Lipski's okay. I mean, I don't think she's going to make waves in the division, but she's an alright fighter. She has decent striking. She has decent grappling. She hasn't fought the greatest of competition. She lost to Antonio Shevchenko. She got KO'd in both of those fights. Shevchenko and Montana De La Rosa, which isn't a good look at all. Let me go look more at her record real quick. She's 14-7. Ew. She lost to Molly McCann by decision, lost to Joanne Wood by decision. Yeah, but I'm going to go Lipski by decision. But that one I could see going either way. I think Lipski's just better overall. And this card is ugly, guys. This card is ugly. Moving up the card, Devin Clark versus Azamat Murzakanov. I'm definitely not picking Devin Clark. I don't think that I hate talking like this, but I really don't think he's good. He beat William Knight in his last fight. I mean, he has decent power, but he's just kind of a guy that's just there to rack up losses against other guys. Really, that's what he's there for. To be honest. Azamat comes in. He got that flying knee KO in his last fight against Tafan in Chekwi. Before that, Contender Series fight. So only one UFC fight, actually. One technical UFC fight. I think most likely they brought Devin Clark in here to feed him to Azamat. And Devin Clark, he lost via decision to Ian Kutalaba, got submitted by Anthony Smith. Wasn't that a co-main event? Ew, how is that a co-main event? I don't know. Um, I'm going to go with Azamat by. Let me take a look at something real quick. Let me take a look. Devin Clark. Let's see if how much he's getting finished. He's usually losing by submission. Got spinning back fist by Alexander Rakic. I'm gonna go Azamat by TKO. By TKO, I guess. What is going on here? I just seen the chat. Thank you, French fries. Let's all spam the Chris Curtis emoji. My favorite emoji. My favorite emoji to use. But yeah, I'm gonna go Azamat by TKO. I think that Devin Clark is just being fed to him. I'm gonna go second round TKO Azamat. Okay, moving up the card. Yasmin Girardi versus Lasmin Lacino. Jeez Louise. Has either one of these ever fought in the UFC? Yeah, I've never seen either one of these girls fight. 23-20. This girl's 20. No way I'm picking her. She's 20 years old. I'm going Yasmin via decision. I always pick the women's fights as a decision most of the time. I'm not picking a 20-year-old, okay? I'm just not doing it. I haven't seen either one of them fight, to be honest. But I'm not picking a 20-year-old. I just don't think, making her UFC debut. I'm going Yasmin. Yasmin, more experience. She's 8-0. Well, actually not. 13-4 versus 8-0. So she's undefeated. And I'm just not picking a 20-year-old. That's basically my analysis for that fight. I'm going Yasmin by decision. David Onama versus Nate. I forgot how to pronounce his last name. I'm going Onama all the way. He's got power in his hands. He's coming off the win over Garrett, Armfield, submission triangle choke. Stamina looked a little questionable there. But Nate's not the most durable guy. He got KO'd by Herbert Burns. Has a reach disadvantage, has a height disadvantage. He's older. David Onama's 28 years old. Nate is 34 years old. I'm going Onama first round KO. Easy pick right there. Main event, I did a full breakdown and prediction on the channel. Main event, Dominick Cruz, Marlon Chito Vera. And I got to go with Marlon Chito Vera on that one. I think he chops the legs of Dominick Cruz. I think Dominick Cruz has some success in the first and second round, moving his feet, bobbing his head around, landing some volume on Chito. But I think Chito is going to chop those legs, limit the mobility of Dominick Cruz. And I just think the difference in this fight is the power and the variety of attacks from Marlon Vera. One thing I do have a question mark about, and I could see Dominick Cruz winning. By the way, if you think Dominick Cruz is going to win, the only way he's winning is by decision. He's not finishing Vera. An interesting fact, Vera has 19 fights in the UFC. He debuted in 2014. Cruz debuted in 2010 or 11, and he only has 9 fights in the UFC because of injuries. Cruz is getting up there in age. He's 37 years old. Chito's 29. Chito has a reach advantage, slight reach advantage. They're the same height. I think Chito's going to chop the legs and eventually TKO him in the third round. But I could see either one of these guys winning by decision as well. It wouldn't shock me if Marlon Vera wins by decision. And it's a fight like the Rob Font fight where Dominick Cruz is winning each round. And then, boom, Vera hurts him badly. But I think he's going to chop the legs. I think he's going to piece up the body. I think Dominick Cruz's movement will be limited and he will slow down in the fight. And I think Marlon Vera will find a kill shot in the third round and finish Dominick Cruz and get a statement win. It's hard to be 37 years old in the bantamweight division. It's hard to be 37 years old in the bantamweight division. It's just not happening. It's not happening. Dominick Cruz is not going to win that fight. Maybe he does. Maybe he turns back the clock. But I think Chito finishes Dominick Cruz. As hard as it is for me to say, Dominick Cruz has only ever been finished once. and that was short notice coming off a long layoff against Henry Cejudo. So it's hard for me to pick that, but I just think it's it's bound to happen eventually. 37 years old in the bantamweight division doesn't work well. Okay, so there you go. There are my full card predictions. Let's take a look at them real quick. Let me go back to the UFC. I hope my picks save. I just tried to save them, and it was weird for a second. So hopefully it's saved. I got Zalal by decision, Quinlan by first round KO, Osborne by decision, Benitez by first round KO, Cavillo by decision, Boudet by first round KO, Godinez by decision, Silva by second round KO, Lipsky by decision, Mirazakhanov by second round TKO, Jargi by decision, Onama by first round KO, and Vera by third round TKO. There are my full card picks. Some of them, I mean, there's one woman are both making their UFC debut, which is crazy to me, and they're on the main card. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited for the main event. I'm not really excited for the whole card as a whole. Okay, let me see what you guys have been saying this whole time. Some weirdo in the chat when I was gone, but thank you, Frenchie, for taking care of that. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what you guys have been saying this whole time. Okay, let's see, where were we at? I don't remember where we were at in the chat. I don't know. We'll start here. Evening, Merkley. Hope you're doing well. How do you feel about fighters like Rafael Alves, fun and entertaining, such a deficiency to their cardio when fighting? I think we need them. They're exciting to watch, and I'm happy that they're here. Had a heated argument with the boys in the chat earlier saying Dominick Cruz isn't the same, which I think is negative. We have no proof of this claim. He's not. Now, we can argue about the amount that he's gone downhill. But, dude, go watch him in his prime in, like, 2014. The movement is not the same. You know, he's fighting Casey Kenny to a split decision. It's not the same as he once was. But we can debate about how much of a regression it is. It might not be as much as some people are making it out to be. But by the way, that main card tomorrow is terrible. How does Jamie Malarkey, Patty end? Probably Jamie Malarkey by finish. If Patty goes on to become UFC champ, what will your reaction be? I'd be shocked. I don't know. I feel like Jim Miller has been looking good lately. Might make that Patty tap. But still a good matchup. Yeah, I think it's a good matchup as well. I haven't heard anyone say that. You're back? Sweet. Yes, I am, Vince. I decided to come back. What's up? Onama will definitely sleep Nate. Yeah, I agree. What's going on? Just trying to get an underdog bet. Why does the UFC love to book Nate against welterweights like Masvidal, Khamzat, and Leon? Maybe Dana knows. Yeah. Lamau, stop it. Jessica broke her. Joey, how surprised are you going to be if Makhachev dominates Charles? I don't think I'd be surprised. I think it's possible. Yes, I am. What's the news on Jon Jones' UFC return? I don't know yet. I'm going to make a video about it. It's pure speculation. I think the UFC could be holding out for Francis Ngannou, Jon Jones. Sources telling me he fights Henry Cejudo. There you go. Cavillo was a strawweight at one time. Yeah. Angela Hill, lock of the card. Stop. Bro, this card tomorrow is garbage except Dom versus Chito, Mershart versus Silva. Isn't too bad either. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. It's a terrible card. Good take, might have to agree. What was that? Priscilla should be cut from the UFC. I see Cachoeira winning here. Fair enough. I think it's possible. She got some power, and they moved the fight to 35. The Priscilla fight and Lipsky fight is the 135. Lipsky first round sub. They moved the fight to 135 because she almost died on the scale. That's crazy. She didn't look good before then. I didn't like Cachoeira, but I could see her winning. Yeah, I could see her winning as well. I'm really looking forward to see Jose Aldo back in there. I'm super excited for Jose Aldo and Merab Dvalishvili, and I think he's going to wreck him. Why ain't they cut Angela Hill? I always see people complain. I have no idea. Joe with the random streams. Can you do your picks for? No, I'm not going to do 278. I'll do that next week. I read your comment on 279 video. I read and commented on your two. I agree with almost everything. I'm glad you saw it. Dom gets the W. Okay. What are your thoughts on Diaz McGregor 2? I thought McGregor clearly won round 1, 2, and 4. Diaz had an argument for 10-8 in round 3. I thought Nate Diaz won 3 rounds. I don't remember which round those were. I think I want to say it was definitely 3 and 5. But I don't know what other round I gave to Diaz. It might have been 3, 4, and 5, but don't quote me on that. I thought Diaz clearly won 3 rounds, though. Any prediction for 281 besides Izzy Pereira? Yes, Esparza way late. I'm surprised Dominick only had 9 fights. I know he was injured a lot of ACL injuries. It might get ugly, but Dom lost a fight that wasn't a world title. I think Dom gets it not by a lot. Fair enough. Cheeto's not finishing Dom either. Everyone acting like he's easy to finish. He's not, but everybody's time comes at some point in time. Everybody's time comes at some point in time. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 37 is too old for a bantamweight. It's sad. It's sad. If Cruz recaptures the bantamweight title, does he have an argument? Yes. For 100, I would love to see that happen. I just don't see it happening. I agree with almost everything you said, but I still think Diaz should no-show because of the sunset clause. I still don't think that's the case, dude. I'm telling you, they would lock him up. They would extend his contract. I don't believe that that's how it works. I tried to look into it. I could not find any information about it. But Nate's going to show up because the UFC would extend him, or bare minimum, they would wrap him up in litigation for 3 years. Cruz hasn't lost a non-title fight. People forget how good he is. Very true. What's up, Prediction Shark? They should have had just put Silva and Mershard as a co-main. I agree. Where's Jake Matthews at? I don't know. What happened with the Gracie fight? I lost my prop. He got brutally KO'd with an uppercut. I would be genuinely upset if Islam dominated Charles. It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily going to happen, my friend. If Masvidal versus Diaz was allowed to continue, would the result have changed? No. He just announced a fight against Stipe. I'm not sure the date. Stipe fights once a year at best. Yeah, I haven't seen him announce a fight. I just put it in the title because I wanted to talk about it a little bit, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But I believe he either fights in December or they hold out until the Ngannou fight in like February. I just want to fast forward to 278, underrated card in my opinion. Yeah, 278 is pretty good. Joey, was the first half of this year worse for UFC cards in modern UFC? No. But the pay-per-views were underwhelming for sure. Predictions on upcoming fights for UFC 281. Weili versus Carla Esparza co-main. Do you ever think there will be another 145 women's division fight in the UFC? I hope not, but probably. They'll find some bum to come up from 135 to get smashed. I thought Nate had 3 rounds against Conor. I love you, Joey, but McGregor got knockdowns in round 2 and 4. You can't argue round 1 for Diaz. Diaz is second favorite fighter, but McGregor. I thought Nate Diaz clearly won. I rewatched it recently. I mean within the last year, and it was the same exact thing. Same exact thing. Diaz took 3 rounds. It was 3 and 5 in one other round. I can't remember what other round it was, though. A knockdown doesn't always guarantee a win of a round either. So, Gracie walked right into the uppercut. Exactly. Hey, Joey, do you prefer Jones versus Miocic or Jones versus Francis? 100% Jones versus Francis. What, you think Jones will wait it out till Ngannou is ready? All right, so here's my thoughts. I'm going to make a whole video on this, Mario. But I'll break it down for the 38 of you in the stream right now. By the way, guys, if you have not liked the stream yet, do me a favor and like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it if you would like the stream. But here's my theory, okay? Best case scenario, Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic isn't happening till December. Francis said he could probably return early next year. Why would they have Jones fight Stipe and let's say the winner of that fight can't, they're going to fight for an interim heavyweight title, and let's say the winner can't fight for 6 to 8 months. They're going to have Francis sit out till August now. So they're going to have Francis go from January 2021 till August of 2023, or January of 2022 to August of 2023. No way. So I believe what will happen is, out of nowhere, they will announce Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou, main event of UFC either 282 or 284. There's no way. It doesn't make sense. If Francis, unless something's changed with Francis's injury, Francis is due to return first half of next year, probably first quarter of next year, which consists of January, February, and March. They're not going to have Jones versus Stipe in December. If by some chance it's not happening in December, there's no way Jones versus Stipe happens unless they're planning on getting rid of Francis Ngannou and not re-signing it. That's the only way. Because outside of that, what are they going to, if they don't have it in December, they're going to, the first card is in Brazil. They're not doing Jones Stipe in Brazil. So that leaves Jones Stipe to the February card. So now Francis has been out for 13 months and they're going to have him sit out another 6 months. So I believe either December, February, or March, we will most likely see Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. I'm going to put out a video on it soon, so if it does happen, I can say I called it. Okay? But that's my thoughts. Now, there is a chance we get Jones versus Stipe in December. I just have a hard time believing it. There's a reason this fight hasn't came together. And now, at this point in time, the timeline is pointing to Francis is going to be back. The biggest fight the UFC can make is Jones versus Ngannou. If Stipe beats Jones, it ruins that fight. And Stipe's on his way out, regardless, you know? So, the UFC knows what makes sense. They don't need any headliners for the rest of the year. I believe we will see Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou, UFC heavyweight title on the line, one of the biggest fights the UFC can make, and it will be UFC 284-ish. There you go. There you go. That's my thoughts. You guys care to hear first. I was trying to hold off because I'm going to do a full video on that. And we'll see. We'll see. Now someone's going to pop up with a video online. They'll say, I came up with it first. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts, Mario. You got it out of me. You're a member. You're a donator. You're a member. I had to give it up to you. I had to give up the opinions to you. Top 3 most skilled fighters in UFC history. Jon Jones, GSP, Anderson Silva. Diaz didn't get knocked down in the fourth. Third was a 10-8 for Diaz. There you go. McGregor to the judges is like Tom Brady to the refs. There you go. And cancel the whole San Diego card? Yeah. How do you watch Fight Pass? You go to UFCFightPass.com and you sign up. It's $10 a month. Jones beats Ngannou. Can't wait. That's the fight I'm dying to see. I prefer, at this point, I'd rather wait it out. You know, if we were going to get Jones Stipe, I wanted Jones Stipe in September. If we're not getting Jones Stipe till December, I don't even want it. Also, you're looking slim. You've been in the gym. Maybe, maybe not. What weight class will be the best in the next 5 years? Heavyweight, middleweight, or light heavyweight? Out of those 3 divisions, middleweight. Weakest champion in modern UFC history, Esparza, Carlos Esparza, or Juliana Pena, or Nico Montana. Haley, Joey, do you really believe Charles' emotions are piling up, or it's just BS? I don't think his emotions are piling up. Cruz beats Chito by decision. It's the lock of the night. Okay. I don't think so. Has Habib ever fought a real wrestler? I don't know. Honestly, I want a women's featherweight division, but it has to have. Yeah, they've never made an effort to build that division. Who would win a wrestling? I would go Askren. Let's say you're right about Jones' situation. What do they do with Stipe? I don't know. Stipe's inactive. Stipe's basically retired. Dude hasn't fought since March of 2021, guys. Right? Stipe Miocic, March of 2021, I believe it was. When he got KO'd by Francis, right? Yeah, UFC 260. hasn't fought for well over, almost a year and a half at this point. That's crazy. That's crazy. If they added a 165-pound weight class, who do you think would be champ? I think Colby or Islam. I have no idea. I don't know who would be in the weight class. I don't want the weight class. Do you think this whole McGregor is not in his prime, is blown out of proportion? Is it because it's competent? No, I just think McGregor is never that good, and people were overhyping him, even though, he wasn't. He never showed consistent, ability to beat legitimate opponents, and I think he's probably better than he ever was, but people are just whooping his ass. Biggest fight, I agree. Women excluded, weakest champion in modern UFC history. Weakest champion in modern MMA history is the men's. Probably Michael Bisping. I thought he lost to number 12 ranked Dan Henderson in the rematch. Who would win, Aldo versus Cruz? Aldo. Venom gets you in shape literally just by wearing it. Exactly. It's my Venom gear that's been slimming me down. Do you believe Cheeto can get past Jan, Sterling? No. I think he loses to all three of those guys, unfortunately. He loses to Jan, he loses to Sterling, and he loses to TJ. Any news on Chandler Poirier? Nope, it's not official, but it's looking like it's going to happen in November at MSG. But apparently Chandler wants it in December. So it's hard to say what's liable to happen. Let me X out these 65 tabs. What is I'm going to go look at my Tabology predictions. My record long term. I haven't been picking all the fights on Tabology all year, so I don't know what my full record would be. I'm 87-49 right now. I'm 64%. That's not terrible. I'm 64%. I'll take it. I'd like to get up to that 70% range. That'd be nice. Let's see. Can you look at who done the best? Yeah, so let's see. In my last few events, I went 7 out of 10 in the last fight card. I went 10 out of 13 the fight card before that. I went 9 out of 14 the fight card before that. I went 7 and 12 the fight card before that. I went 7 and 11 the fight card before that. 6 and 12 at 276. 8 and 12 the fight card before that. Not bad. I haven't done bad. I have not done bad. Just not great. Guys, if you're watching this stream and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel right this very second. And also, if you're not following me on Twitter and Instagram, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MMA Joey C. I'm trying to get my followers up on Twitter and Instagram, guys. I tweet out stuff all the time, talking about, different MMA things going on, retweeting news and whatnot. So do me a favor and go follow me on Twitter if you have Twitter at MMA Joey C. Same for the Instagram if you have Instagram. Some people have Twitter and don't have Instagram. Some people have Instagram, don't have Twitter. And also, don't forget to like the stream. So I would appreciate it if you ran up the likes on the stream. I don't know how many likes we got. We got 29 likes. We got 46 people in the chat. So we should at least have 40 likes. Okay, let's continue on. Where were we at? Why don't you want 165 weight class? More champs mean more fights. I don't like change. I'm resistant to change. My friend. Joe, do you think McGregor was overrated? Yes. Is it just the Eddie Alvarez win and the Aldo win were good? And the Aldo win lasted 10 seconds. So, I'm not calling it a fluke. He KO'd Aldo. Same time, we didn't see that fight play out at all. Both of them landed one shot, not counting the ground and pound. And Aldo got KO'd. Outside of that, Conor McGregor's resume is literally garbage. Nate Diaz isn't that good, and he got finished by Nate Diaz and arguably lost the decision to Nate Diaz. So the only good win is really Eddie Alvarez, in my opinion. The Chad Mendes win doesn't mean anything. Chad Mendes come in out of shape on 1 week's notice, had no cardio, and got finished based on exhaustion. If Chad Mendes had a full camp, he would have wrecked Conor. He even dominated him in the first round and was winning the second until he gassed out. I think Conor was one of the most overrated fighters of all time. And plus, he got gifted a 145-pound title shot. I mean, dude beat Dennis Seaver. To get a title shot. That would be the equivalent of nowadays of beating, like, I don't know, like Sam Alvey to get a title shot. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but something along those lines. Why are we all up so late talking about UFC on a Friday? Because we love MMA. We love MMA. Gregor Gillespie, nah, dude sits out and begs for Tony Ferguson's dead body. I don't want to see that guy fight anyone ever. Why do you think people hype Khabib even though his first 16 wins against nobody? I guess because what he did at the end of his career. I don't care about the 29-0. I care what Khabib did in his last, 5 to 8 fights is what matters to me. If Conor didn't defend the first belt, why did they let him go up a weight class and fight for the belt? Dana White privilege. 64% is making money. Yeah, I think I had some better fight picks earlier in the year, so I think that percentage would be a little bit better if I had all my picks from the year in. But, okay, I'm happy at 64 then. You seriously don't think hometown Dom? I think he can. I'm not picking him, though. Plus, you're picking every fight. 64% is good. Yeah, it's hard to pick a lot of those fights. And especially for me, I don't like picking fights without doing, like, really detailed research. And that's why I don't do full card prediction videos, is because I just don't have enough time to research all the fights enough. But I'm happy. I'm okay with 64. It's not terrible. Masvidal versus Burns, 281. I'm hoping so. Masvidal KOs Burns. I could see it going either way. Do you think Chito beats Dominick Cruz? Yes. I feel if it's not broke, don't fix it. What are you referring to there? Do you think wrestlers would be a dominant with prime rules? Maybe, but maybe not. He's new when he asked if McGregor's overrated. Does anybody else think McGregor's overrated? I mean, think about it. He beat Chad Mendez on a 1 week's notice. He KO'd Jose Aldo. He finished Eddie Alvarez. Nate Diaz has never been an elite world-class fighter. He's been a middle-of-the-pack guy his entire career. And Conor got finished by him. And then arguably lost the decision. And even if you want to say Conor won, it was a close fight. And Nate Diaz is a journeyman. I love Nate Diaz. One of my favorite fighters to watch. He's a journeyman. I just don't see. And he got a title shot off of Dennis Seaver. Dennis Seaver. The resume, Conor has one of the worst resumes ever for a 2-time champion. Yeah, I said that. I got to go back and watch Conor Diaz too. Yes, you do. Such a chess match. Yeah, you can watch it 17 times in the last 10 minutes. In no particular order, Khabib, Islam, Conor, Sean O'Malley. I don't know. There's probably another one I'm not thinking of. It's Saturday here. Yep. UFC pumped up Conor and gave him. Yep, exactly. Honestly, never seen her win is getting like a title shot against Darren Till. Yep. Gilbert Rex, Street Judas, as much as I love George, he's overrated. Okay. MMA for life. Do you ever see Tony beat Hooker or the other? I think Tony beats Hooker. I think Tony beats him up. Beats him up. Tony's still good. People act like he's terrible. Kind of like Islam beating Bobby Green. Yeah, true. Prime Tony versus Prime Conor and Prime Tony versus Prime Dustin. I take Tony in both those fights. But there is a chance that Conor chins him. Yes, we love MMA. It's 12:30. Got to be up at 7 hours to train Muay Thai. It ain't nothing better than spending my time talking in the live chat. Thank you, Brendan. Or Bren. It looks like it says Brendy. Is it Brendy? Brendian. Thank you for coming to the chat, Brendy. I'm thrown off now because I always thought that said Brendan, but now I'm reading it. It looks like it says Brendy. So that's part of my 2% female demographic right there. Some people on these cards, I have no idea who they are. It's hard keeping up with it. Even me, who watches almost everything, I have a hard time. Who's going to beat Usman? Khamzat, maybe. Would you ever consider Rose versus Artis part of the war? Yes, it is. Block spamming. What are we talking about? What happened here? Yeah. Well, what's up with this? What's up with this ole? What is that about? I don't even know. Is that what we're talking about? It doesn't matter. It wasn't that bad. I guess they were trying to make a point there. I think McGregor def got special treatment, but only casual fans call him the GOAT. Most fans agree he's not top 10. True. There you go. It's all about perception. I'm glad there's a live audience tomorrow at least. The Apex is getting boring. I think the crowd makes it better. I agree. Honestly, do you believe Sugar Sean can beat Piotr? No. Nope. I think you have to be confident in the sport of MMA. Otherwise, you're going to end up looking dumb if you're not confident. If you go into a fight thinking you're going to lose, you're probably going to lose. Jorge doesn't win another fight in the UFC. We'll see. Do you think Prime Tony can beat current Do Bronx? No. Prime Tony gets out-grappled by current Do Bronx. Joey, I think if anyone's overrated, it's Justin Gaethje. How come Dana says that the event tomorrow is sold out, but there's still loads of seats? He says that all the time. I think half the time he's full of shit. Gaethje is fun to watch for sure. Honestly, I think McGregor that beat Alvarez beats most lightweights from history except for Khabib and Tony. It's Brendan with a Y. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Now I'm just going to call you Brandy for now on, though. Sugar can kick Jan from halfway across the cage, and he's going to do it. Okay. What are you doing to get your female demographic? I think it's this beard. I think this beard draws in the female demographic. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this is a luscious beard. There's some people who get on YouTube and won't even show their face. There's some people that get on and show their face but won't even show their hairline. Mine's all right. Mine's all right. Not the best, not the worst. I wish I had our man Sarukian's hair, but it's pretty close. But there's some people who get on here and they won't show you that. Some people that just show you pictures the whole time. Don't show their face on stream. Don't show their hairline on stream. With this channel, not only do you get MMA discussion, you also get to see this luscious full beard. You get to see this decent hairline. And you get intelligent, respectful MMA discussion. There you go. So I'm the only MMA channel that has it all. That just has it all. Who wins if Cheeto fights Sugar again? Probably Cheeto. Sean said he's surprised Yan took the fight. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? We gotta get rid of this garbage. There you go. Boom. I hate this stuff. Gone. Disappeared forever. Meanwhile, you probably giggled when you found out he's fighting O'Malley. Going to be a total dominator. Yeah, I think so. I think O'Malley has a slight chance, but I don't think. I think O'Malley's biting off way more than he can show. I mean, you heard Dana. He didn't even want to book this fight because he knew. The beard is a unit. Thank you, Jacob Huffman. Do I have what would you guys, 1 out of 10? 1 out of 10, what are you guys rating the beard right now? I'm going to trim it up. I'm going to trim it up before tomorrow. But what are you guys rating the beard right now? I mean, that's a pretty nice beard, isn't it? You know, I used to shave, before I started the channel, I used to shave off the beard completely, like a couple times. Probably once a month, once every 2 months, I completely shaved the beard off. But now it's like my trademark, so I would feel weird if I shaved it off and got on stream. So now I just perpetually have a beard. I remember when I just had a couple hairs like right here when I first started getting a beard. But now what's crazy is if I shave this all the way off, like hair completely gone, it comes back in like a week looking like this. So there's no point, basically. There's no point. What about Gamrot's power guillotine on the news reporter? I don't know. That was hilarious. I did see that. That was crazy. They spam every live chat. Okay. Where's French fries when you need them? Very true, Goat. Very true. That's all right. That's why I got a couple of you. Goat says it's a 10 out of 10 beard. Goat, are you going to be in the live stream tomorrow for UFC? Are Are you going to be in the stream for San Diego? Because it's going to look even better tomorrow. I'll rate the beard a 9 out of 10. Thank you. Yeah, it needs trimming up. I haven't trimmed it since I got a haircut. I used to get it trimmed when I got the haircut, but then sometimes they don't do it the way I like it, so then I didn't do it, and then I've been meaning to do it. It's a little bit thick, but it's all right. Did you use anything to grow your beard or all natural? I've never tried anything to grow it. At age 12, mine has gray in the front, so I shave it every day. That's crazy. How old are you? Matchmaking has been mad lately. Obviously, Khamzat Diaz, O'Malley, and even Strickland Kennedy are all going to be very one-sided fights. Yeah, it's not the greatest. I agree. Do you think Michael Chandler should use his wrestling if he fights Dustin? Yes, but he won't. The beard needs to be trimmed on the side. I'll trim it up tomorrow, man. I'm going to trim it up tomorrow. I know it's a little bit thick, but I will trim it up tomorrow. The only way Sean loses stock is if he KO'd or stretcher out of the cage, but no serious injury. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, his cult-like following are going to say he competed. He competed with the best in the world. Sean is fun to watch, but honestly, I think he's going to get his ass kicked harsh this time. I agree. I give it an 8.5. Now, it'll look even better tomorrow. I guarantee that. When I trim it up real nice. The beard needs to trim on the sideburns. Yeah, I already read this, didn't I? Google fast for me. Beard blended into fade. I know what that means. I know what it is. Like where it's like thinner, like right here. It's like thinner, and then it grows into the full beard. Sean is fun to watch. I think he's going to get his ass kicked. Yeah. Do you see Pereira beating the last decision bender? I'm 50-50 on that. I don't like that everyone's saying Pereira's going to win. It's making me think it's a trap. And that's not the way it's going to work. That's not the way it's going to work. So we'll see. Hold on one second. Okay, let me minimize that. If Sean loses a competitive fight to Yan, do you gain respect for him? Yes. When the fight was announced, someone in the chat said Yan will take all his anger out on Sean, which completely scared me. When I saw the fight, all right, here's a live reaction of me seeing Sean O'Malley versus Piotr Yan on with the little ESPN graphic, UFC 280. Ready? I'm like, Piotr Yan is going to wreck him. Now I got to go make a video. That's the live reaction right there. Yes, I'll be here. Okay. I look forward to it. I'll be streaming the entire main card. Side note, I hate that PFL doesn't allow elbows. Stupid. Very stupid. I hate it. I hate it myself. Okay. Let me make sure. I always go back on YouTube because sometimes messages gets flagged. Which fighter in the top 15 does Patty have the best chance of beating? None. Maybe Tony Ferguson, but I think he gets sparked by Tony Ferguson badly. Let me take a look, though. Dan Hooker probably, but he gets sparked by Dan Hooker too. Yeah, there's no one that Patty's beaten in the top 15. Honestly, UFC should just book Paddy Pimblett versus Conor McGregor for lols. Imagine how big that fight would be. Do you know what odds are? No, I have no idea. Piotr Yan loses to Sean. What do you think happens to Piotr? I don't know. That would be devastating to him. Aldo beats Marab and gets his title shot in Brazil. I'd love it. Sorry, I joined late. Who do you have in this fight? I got Marlon Vera. I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel if you want to go watch it after this. Piotr Yan versus Sean won't go through, guarantee. Remember me saying, stop. I don't want to think about that. I know it won't happen, but do you see Patty the Bat? No, would never. Dude's getting out grappled by Jordan Levitt. Dude is getting rocked by Rodrigo Vargas and Luigi Vendramini. What do you think Oliveira would do to Paddy Pimblett? He would beat the living shit out of him and win any way he wanted. If he wanted to brutally TKO him, he brutally TKO him. If you want to do it on the feet, want to do it on the ground, he could do either one he wanted. If you want to take him down, submit him, he's taking him down, submitting him. Has literally no chance in a million years. He would have to level up exponentially over the next few years, and Oliveira would have to fall off a cliff. Joe, you think Jones' earlier wins are a little overrated since it was against previous generation? No, I don't think they were. At the time, they were good wins. I don't want to go back and play the revisionist history at all. Patty versus Connor. Okay, I'm subscribing, bro. You're not subscribed? What the hell, bro? How are you not subscribed? Look, if anybody wants to join a great community, I have a members Discord. Okay. I have a members Discord, and you get to join the members Discord. You get to loyalty badges. You get to custom emojis, including the one I just posted, which is a Sean O'Malley emoji. And the link is in the description. It's $3 a month. It's $3 a month. So, okay. You think Costa beats the brakes off Luke or gets decisioned? I think that's 50-50. I think Luke either wins a decision or Costa KOs him. I'm not even going to put the comments up on the screen. I'm just going to chill. So just continue throwing questions. Patty versus Connor. Rhythm, you weren't subscribed before, bro? What the hell? Just tweeted at you what I was talking about if you want to check it out. All right, I'll check it out in a little bit. Jon Jones beat Shogun when he was 23 to get the title. Yeah, I think it was solid. Can Patty sub Makhachev? Absolutely not. If it would happen, what if there was a third fight between the bantamweight strap between TJ Cruz 3? Who wins? Nowadays, probably TJ. But back then, if it was immediate, I would have picked Cruz. What was your live reaction to McGregor Aldo? That's what it was. I was shocked. I could not believe it. I thought McGregor was going to get his ass whooped. And it was unsatisfying too. Like, even if Aldo would have done that, they would have called it a fluke, you know. And I don't call it a fluke, but we didn't get to see the fight play out. We didn't get to see their full skills on display in that fight, and that makes it unsatisfying to me. Do you think Chandler has a chin? No, I think it's suspicious chin. So it sounds crazy, but I generally wouldn't mind seeing Pimlet versus Connor. Please don't bull. I said that. Book it. It makes kind of sense. Connor hasn't won a lightweight fight in 6 years. I got an argument with a dude in your comment section because he said Patty would give Khabib problems. Stop it. You should have told me. I would have banned that guy for just saying ludicrous statements. Prime Carlos Condit versus Prime Masvidal. Who wins? Probably Carlos Condit. Just sticking and moving. Wins by decision. Do you want to see Nunes Valentina 3? Undoubtedly. Definitely. I definitely want to see that fight. Rhythm says, this is my first time here. How'd you find the stream? Was it just randomly on your homepage, or were you searching for something? How'd you find the stream, Rhythm? Let me know. You think TJ beats Aljo? He seemed barely eke out a split decision against Sandhagen. And who does Connor have a chance against in the top 10? Honestly, I see Connor losing to everyone in the top 10. But if I had to pick out the most winnable matchup, it'd probably be Chandler. Chandler gets beat up to the body. He's susceptible to leg kicks because he's heavy on the lead leg. He doesn't mix in the grappling, and he has a suspicious chin. So I can see Connor putting his lights out. I might even pick Connor against Chandler. As far as TJ beating Aljo, I don't think Aljo is going to have anything for him because Aljo striking is terrible. TJ has far better striking. And I think that TJ stuffs the takedowns of Aljo and just lights him up on the feet. Condit was a beast in his prime. I know. How would Connor and Aldo rematch would have went? I would have picked Aldo, but you never know. I mean, that could have been 50-50 at that point. Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira at featherweight. Who do you got? I'll take Poirier. Chandler versus Justin, one of my favorite fights of all time. I actually have some artwork. It's actually back there behind that image, it's this, right? It's this one behind it. It's an artwork that that they put out that's super nice. It's on my Instagram if you want to go check it out, Rhythm. From a couple months ago, I posted it on my Instagram. Let's see. Where is it at? It's from January 1st. I posted it on my Instagram. It's artwork from Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. It's sick. It's really sick. It's from The Art of the Fight. I want to see Connor Tony way more than Connor Patty. Yeah, I like that. I like Connor Tony too. Who are the current top 5 pay-per-view draws in the UFC? I say McGregor, O'Malley, Pimlet, Masvidal, Adesanya. McGregor in no particular order. McGregor, Masvidal, Adesanya. I don't think Pimlet and O'Malley are pay-per-view draws yet. Maybe Oliveira a little bit. I think Oliveira does pretty well. Jon Jones too. My Instagram's at MMA Joey C. So it's MMA Joey with a C at the end for Twitter and Instagram. I posted it in January if you want to see my Chandler Gaethje artwork. Your favorite KO of all time? Probably Edson Barboza versus Terry Edom as far as looks. But most satisfying one? Probably Connor getting KO'd by Dustin at 257 was pretty good. Tony deserves the Connor check more than anyone. Yeah, I'm down with that. Who do you think won, Nick Diaz or Carlos? I feel like Diaz got robbed. Condit won. He backed away and he peppered him with shots. It wasn't a great fight, but he won. I was looking up Cruz versus Chito and your page was recommended. I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel if you want to check it out, Rhythm. You ever see Islam becoming a dominant champion? I think it's very possible. If he beats Oliveira, I think he will be a dominant champion. Would you be interested in Dubronx versus Chandler too? Yes, for 100%. You said you'll check Twitter soon. Oh my goodness, man. Come on. Let's go take a look. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I know what it looks like. It's just the beard's kind of trimmed a little bit more. I see you. I see you, John Henry. Thanks for following me on Twitter. I appreciate you. Let's see what this is. Steve 1K and Roman just follow me on Instagram. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to grow the file. I'm trying to post more on there. But Steve, go look at the Gaethje Chandler artwork. It's from January 1st, but I don't post a lot, so it's not hard to find. But I'm trying to start posting more. Think Jamal Hill has a chance against anyone in the top 5 light heavyweights. I feel like he loses to Glover, Yan, but possibly against Yuri, oddly enough. I think he could beat Yan. I think he would lose to Glover for sure. I think he could beat Yuri. So, yeah. Do you have Twitch so I can use my Twitch Prime sub to support the channel? No, I'll have to look into that. I don't know how that works. I don't even know if it makes sense to stream on Twitch as well as YouTube. I don't know if that makes sense. Was the Buckley KO overrated? Yes, and I'm so tired of seeing it. Thank you for following me on Instagram, Steve1K. I appreciate you, Steve1K. Do you think Bo Nickel hype is just hype? I think it's hype right now. I mean, he's beat up 2 trash cans. He's literally beat up grocery store cashiers, and people are acting like he can compete with the top 10 of the middleweight division. Disgusting. Gracie got humbled tonight. You saw it, right? Yes, I did. I was live streaming. What's your Instagram? At MMA Joey C. MMA Joey with a C on the end. Go follow me on Instagram. Were you ever interested in Connor versus Chandler at 170? I say book it. Why not? It's a fun fight. I'm interested. I'm interested in all of it. Who do you think can give Volk problems at 145? I can't see anyone in the top 15 beating him anytime soon. I agree. I think best chance to beat him is probably Movsar Evloev. A lot of people don't realize how good he is. I actually did a video when he fought Dan Ige predicting that he would win, and I thought he was a legitimate, top 10, 145-pounder. I don't think Connor's going to fight again. He's been away way too long. He's had a leg break. He's been gone a year now. Yeah, he's not going to fight this year. He's not going to fight this year. So Nick will beat a guy who was a plus 2,200 dog. He's all hype. Yeah, dude. And the media's hyping him up. The fans are hyping him up. They're like, oh, yeah, he wrestled a lot in college. Like, that doesn't translate. Like literally, there's media saying that he can compete with the top 10 of the middleweight division right now, which isn't even. I think eventually he'll get chinned at middleweight and then move down to welterweight. Does Jones beat Stipe easy? Yes. Thank you, Brendan, for following. I appreciate you. Where does the 222 in your username come from? Where does that number come from? If Charles becomes lightweight champ again and faces Alex, do you think Alex finishes or beats him? I think it's 50-50. I could see Oliveira finishing Volk. I could see Volk finishing him. UFC 277 pay-per-view buys, I'll say 150,000. And I saw your question to I meant 280 or 281 main event. The answer is the same. Islam versus Charles is my number one most anticipated fight right now. A few MMA sources reported that UFC actually thought of Brandon Costa versus Rockhold for the best-looking fighter. It's obviously fell through, but funny the UFC considered. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, honestly. But at this point, nothing the UFC would do surprises me. I see it. Youngest vet. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get. I only have 165 followers. Ugh. Come on, guys. I need to get to 200. What do you think if Tracy Cortez should fight next? Do you prefer? What did I just see? Who do you think Tracy Cortez should fight next? I don't know. I can't think of anybody right now off the top of my head. Jones would probably retire Stipe. I agree. Dana White almost had a heart attack. Yeah. Do you prefer Charles versus Islam or Habib versus Tony? Charles versus Islam. I actually would prefer Charles versus Habib. Just seen the artwork of Chandler Justin. Background goes well with the fight. True gladiators. Agree. It was amazing. It was amazing artwork. I hate betting against Oz, but I have a strong feeling Islam's going to ragdoll and control him the whole fight. I hope not. If UFC tweets out Miocic versus Jones right now, who are you predicting in an early prediction? Jones all the way. I'll give him that. Cortez is fighting Amanda Ribas. I did not know that. I forgot about it. I might have known it. It's hard to remember everything. It's really hard to remember everything. Seriously. Rockhold might be the dumbest fighter ever. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Luke's chin isn't there anymore. Costa bad matchup for him, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't trust Luke's chin at all. Blaze One Sports, what's going on? If Charles beats Islam, do you think Habib comes back? No. I mean, definitely over $1 million. John Henry definitely does over $1 million if it does that card. For sure, for sure. Well, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I've done 2 streams tonight. I will be streaming tomorrow for UFC San Diego, 7 p.m. Eastern time, maybe even a little bit earlier. I will be streaming. I will be streaming the main card of UFC San Diego. Just started tuning in. If I'm sorry, it's come up already. But how do you see me, Mom? I think she loses. I think she loses against Blanchfield easily. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay, if you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Please like the stream before you go, and I will be here for UFC San Diego tomorrow night. So join me tomorrow night. I expect to see a couple of you guys in the stream tomorrow. We're going to watch the fights together and have a good time. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for joining me. And I guess that does it. Have a good